One advice I must give to this generation: pay attention to character and cultivate a good behavior. Yes, many things are wrong, many things are off. Listen, good character is golden no matter what. No matter where you're coming from, no matter who you are or anything. You will see a superstar, but with bad character. Even if it's from parenting, after training you, when you come out to the real world, train yourself afresh. Good character is golden. That is what leaves some people blessed and some people unblessed. Character. Listen, all this your Gen Z attitude will do you no good. It will do you no good. It takes you nowhere. It leaves you where you are. 90% of the character you see in these young people, I'm talking about, this people that say they are Gen Zs, you know what I mean? 90% of the character you see in these people are questionable. Name it: laziness, nonchalancy, feeling less concerned about almost everything, laxity, disrespect. Very soon they will have no jobs anymore because, people cannot condone that nonchalancy for a long time. Even if it's your uncle that owns the company where you've applied for a job, and then you bring your Gen Z attitude, you will not last. If I am the one, you are leaving immediately. Yes. And they do this thing, they do it to a point, they show it out, and then people out there will begin to question their stand with God, or begin to see some lapses, all those kind of things with their walk with God, trying to see, is it that God is no more a consuming fire, that somebody will come out to say or do something like this and goes very free doing their thing, and you say this is Gen Z. Nah, it's not right. Are you aware that artificial intelligence, AI, is about to take over everything, and hereby wiping out the human race and human importance on earth? Are you aware? Now, the young people you're talking about, the leaders of tomorrow, all what they are doing is to sit around with their phone. Nobody wants to go for any job. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty anymore. Nobody wants to do, Very soon, robots will be employed to do the jobs they are supposed to do. AI will take over their activities. So if these things happen, because in the next 50 years, I don't even know what's going to be happening here. I'm thinking towards that direction. So if these things come into play, what next will they do? These are your leaders of tomorrow. Who will they lead? Because bad character and nonchalancy, laziness and all that, it's as if it's been used as a spice to dice what they eat, what we eat these days. It's as if these things are there to gradually take away the functionalities of the brain, to make people lazy, so that this very AI, this artificial intelligence and robots will be implemented to take over everything that people are supposed to do in the future. You see someone that has gone ahead of you, instead of you to respect them, acknowledge the fact that they've paid a price to get to where they are, and put your feet in that same shoe. Get to know the line, follow the line. They say, no, you can't control me, you can't tell me what to do. Everybody know about these things, but very few are talking about it, because we're not thinking toward that direction. That's the future, the damage it's going to cause here. This is like a time bomb designed to explode somewhere, waiting for a particular time to explode. Destruction. If the foundation be destroyed, what then shall the righteous do? But this one now, if the future be tampered with, what then will those people that will occupy the future at that time, what then will they do? How will they control? Because now this is not a battle from outside, it is now a battle from within. Most of these people didn't go through proper parenting. Most of these people didn't even know their parents. You coming out from a home where there wasn't a proper training, what are you going to show outside? They say charity begins at home. What if there is no home? So they are doing these things and they are feeling like it's normal. Their young brain It's telling them that this is normal. This is how I can survive. This is how I can make it. You're trying to put them right. They are telling you that this is what they want to do. The only respect they will give you is to keep quiet when you are talking. And after you talk, the next thing they are doing what they want to do. And you keep talking and talking and talking. So this generation has a fault that needs to be fixed. Because if these are the people you call the leaders of tomorrow, there will be nobody to lead. And if these are the people you call the future kings, then there will be no kingdom to rule over. This is the worst and most disrupted generation. Listen, and most times they do this thing toward God. They do it towards God. Everything has become content. When you disrespect God, you call it content. Did the Bible not tell you don't use the name of the Lord your God in vain? Even if the Bible did not say it, because many people don't believe anymore in the Bible. I know it's not 100% thing. You understand? So if the Bible said that and then you go ahead to do it, what do you think is going to be the reward? You see the reason why many people in this generation are not making it. Because a lot of the right spirit that are supposed to be with them have left. You know why? Most of the things they do. We were in the studio yesterday. My auntie came around, Aderi Udredoche. She does this production, she does jingles and she does some of these things, as her side hustle. So she came around and then we were walking and she saw something on TikTok. This Gozie Okeke's song, Prince Gozie Okeke, Emmanuel, Emmanuel. So that part where he said, Ima, from ages to ages, Ima, from generation to generation, you remain it the same. This girl just caught that part. Her description was Ima, stingy Ima, from ages to ages, you remain the same, or something like that, And the song is talking about the Son of God. Respect that fact and leave it out of what you do. Even if you will use it for something better. Not to use it to compare the Ima you just dated that is stingy, that doesn't give you money. Now you've done that thing and put it out for people to see, and so you get popular, right? The next person that will watch it will have a reason to use Jesus Christ to do their own comedy. To do their own comedy, to make jest of the name of God has become normal. What can I even say? When they've brought comedy to the altar, the place that is supposed to be the most holy place, they've brought comedy there. If you must, there are halls, there are event centers. If you must do your comedy, do it there. Don't bring it to the altar and they start dispatching some level of spirits into people because they are laughing. You think it's okay to do it in the church. I'm not saying don't do your comedy. Do it in places. I love comedy so much, I watch. But with these things they do in church, you are forgetting that is the presence of God. That is the house of God. Most of them go to clubhouses, talk, say all manner of vulgar words, use all manner of words to do what they do. And then they later come into the house of God and you give them the mic, the same mouth, they use it to speak into the life of people, because everything you do from the altar is a ministration. That is what this Gen Z generation want, and the pastors that are helping them to bring these people so that they will bring them close. Now, the people you've brought close for years, what have you done to them? What have you done with them? How have you been able to help them? I'm not saying Yahoo boys should not go to church, but will you give to God what you stole from another person? Is it really God you are giving? So there are many things that are going wrong in this generation. It will affect the next generation. If we don't look into these things, we have a very big problem, a task ahead. The next generation is going to be worse. I pity them. Now people don't, even this, it's hard to even find a good woman. It's hard to even find a respectful woman. It's hard to even find a woman that is cool-headed. A woman that has prestige, even a guy that respects himself enough to know who he is and stand for the right thing. No. Everybody is whatever brings money, that's where they go to. That one is now my generation. Let's talk about Gen Z. They don't want marriage, they don't want commitment, they don't want anything. They are lazy. At that time, robots will be their husbands and wives. Elon Musk is already producing artificial wife that will be obedient and all that. So if these are the people you say they are going to lead tomorrow, start now to nurture them. Because in every king, there is a kid. And in every kid, there is a king. So you bring out the king in them by taking care and helping the kid to understand that you're going somewhere. But who nurtured them? Who gave birth to them? Who trained them? Who parented them? Is it the people from the past generation that were not parented well? And they move into this generation, give birth. You think they are going to know what to do when they weren't told what to do? It's a brain. Whatever it gets, it processes it. And the brain doesn't look backward. All what it does is process everything to the next level. Nobody entertains mediocrity. Nobody likes nonsense. You say you want someone that will love you the way you are. Who loves nonsense? You, if you are in that person's shoes, that knows all what that person knows, that stands the way that person stands, that was raised the way that person was raised, will you go for someone like you? Will you ever go for someone like you? You don't wake up and expect God after this person being faithful and truthful to themselves, and then you expect God to give his well-arranged son or daughter over to a careless person. I'm not saying anybody is a saint. All have sinned and come short of the glory, right? But then these things, we are talking about character. This is the most disrespectful generation. Everything about this generation is wrong. You know, the only thing right here is the air they breathe.